India's deep, dark secret. 5,000 tons of black metal. A silent killer, unseen, unheard, but with the ability to strike out of nowhere with spine-chilling force. She's called INS Arihant, Sanskrit for destroyer of enemies, and she's now being unleashed. She is India's historic first home-built nuclear submarine. Blanketed in secrecy for over 3 decades, the time is finally here for INS Arihant to get acquainted with the deep blue sea. With the flooding of INS Arihant's top-secret dock facility this weekend, India opens a blistering new chapter in its military history. A silent killer of the deep, with ballistic missiles that could potentially strike just about anywhere.
Any nation will think twice or even 3 times before thinking of carrying out a surprise nuclear attack on India. Because the consequences will be there that he will be destroyed because he will not be able to destroy all our nuclear assets in his first strike. Since the submarine at sea is invulnerable.
India has become just the 6th country to have accomplished the phenomenally complex task of building its very own nuclear submarine. The INS Arihant is one of the world's smallest nuclear submarines, but for India, it's a giant that arrives not a minute too soon. 1970, Indira Gandhi orders the nuclear submarine program. 1976, scientists create the first design. 1983, Project Advanced Technology vessel formally launched. 1998, construction of the first nuclear submarine begins. 2007, nuclear reactor integrated. 2009, India's first nuclear submarine is launched. India is now tantalizingly close to its biggest strategic dream, the dream of a nuclear triad capable of unnerving any country who dares to wage war. India already has land-based ballistic missiles and fighter jets capable of delivering nuclear warheads into enemy territory. But now, the long-held ideal, the nuclear triad, is virtually complete. With the launch of India's first nuclear submarine, INS Arihant, the country finally has a secret and completely invisible place to launch nuclear ballistic missiles from.
We are looking at China. We must be able to target cities in China from anywhere in the Indian Ocean. That would require ballistic missiles of the range of 3,000 to 5,000 kilometers.
There are weapon systems and sensor systems on board the submarine. There will be, which have already been tested either in the laboratory or at sea. And therefore, it's, like I said, the fine-tuning will take some time, but will give us a capability which is a real capability.
The INS Arihant will have the ability to sink out of sight and remain unseen and undetected for enormous amounts of time. Its nuclear fuel will ensure that the submarine's operational stamina will be limited only by crew fatigue and food supplies. The stealthy submarine never needs to surface and will therefore leave no telltale reference points for anti-submarine ships to zero in on. And if the going gets really tough, the submarine can perform its chief function, nuclear deterrence, with underwater-launched ballistic missiles capable of delivering a nuclear warhead into the heart of China or any of India's other adversaries.
Keeping our immediate neighborhood in mind, that is our two nuclear-armed adversaries, I would say for India, if we can get a missile with a range of about 5,000 kilometers, it should be good enough.
There's been a parallel project for developing a under-launched weapon, and so that is also progress. So once the submarine is operational, the weapon program, integrated weapon program will also move along those lines. So I think very soon we should have the platform with the weapon capability on it as well.
While India's scientists labor to build an intercontinental range ballistic missile, when INS Arihant is commissioned 3 years from now, it will be armed with the K-15 Shaurya ballistic missile with a 750-kilometer range. But under development is a secret missile designated KX, which when ready will be capable of delivering a nuclear warhead out to 3,500 kilometers, putting all of India's adversaries within striking range. For now, the silent killer will go through almost 3 years of tests. But when she's ready, there's every hope that she'll be a credible projector of national power.